Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Ahmad and here we talk about software engineering, tech, and student lifestyle. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. Today we're going to talk about how you can learn any programming language or technology as fast as possible. So let's get started. You're going to want to start off by just reading over the basics of the language just to get an idea of how it works. If you've already learned the language before, you can skip this step or go over the basics faster than someone who's doing this for the very first time. Some things you'd want to look over are variables, functions, loops, and classes, just to name a few. A good website I recommend for this is W3 Schools, as they have great documentation for popular languages like JavaScript and Python. Once you've gone through the documentation and the basics, you then want to find a good video tutorial that covers the whole programming language in depth. You want the tutorial to cover all the basics, but also go over advanced topics of the language as well. If the tutorial also shows how you can build projects with the language, that's also really good. It's good to see how the language works in real-world apps. My go-to resource for in-depth tutorials would be Udemy. Check these courses out over JavaScript and Python. They are taught by some of the best instructors on the platform. You don't need to fully master the language to start building projects. Once you've got the basics down, you're ready to start building things. You can start by building some basic stuff like a card game or a calculator app, for example. Then as you get better with the language, you can dive into projects that are a bit more advanced and incorporate APIs and things of that sort. Building projects is the best way to learn. You're going to be stuck a lot and make tons of mistakes. But during that process, you'll be searching up a lot of things and slowly figuring out solutions. By doing this, things will slowly start to click and become easier for you in the future. Getting an understanding of data structures and algorithms is very important for whichever language you are learning. When you're going to be applying for jobs, almost all the interviews are going to be relating to these concepts. You must know how to use data structures like arrays, stacks, and linked lists, and when is the best time to use them. Also know some popular algorithms like binary search, DFS, and BFS, for example. These may be some difficult topics, especially if you aren't coming from a computer science background, but there are plenty of resources online that can help you understand these topics. The Free Codecamp YouTube channel has great videos, and I would also recommend this Udemy course as well. So this final step ties to the previous step, as most coding challenges are relating to data structures and algorithms. So once you get the basics of data structures and algorithms down, you can start doing coding challenges. They're going to be very difficult at first, and you'll only get better with doing questions every day. Coding questions are great because in interviews, they ask you questions that are very similar. It's a pattern almost, and once you get that pattern down, which only comes with time and practice, you will find it easier and easier to pass these interviews. My favorite resources to do coding challenges would be LeetCode and AlgoExpert. LeetCode is free but has a paid version with more features. AlgoExpert, you have to be a paid member for it, but they both are worth the investment. I think if you follow these 5 steps, you can master any programming language. When learning your first programming language, it will obviously take you longer, so make sure to take your time and don't rush things. As you learn your second language and on, it will become more and more easier for you because you start to notice similarities between the languages. So then you can skip a few steps in this guide. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe if you found the video interesting, and follow all my socials, which will be linked down below. Have a great day.